About all the heroes, Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. You've heard of the Terminator. Well, now you've heard of the Sermonator. Ron Hutchison gave this to me for Christmas. So I am going to wear it today. Coming to a theater near you. So this is a little lighthearted, but then we'll get back a little more serious. Okay, if you haven't turned already to our text, it's in the Old Testament, 1 Samuel chapter 30, verses 21 through 25. If you're going to be a great leader in almost any cause, any line of endeavor, you've got to be a great motivator. You've got to motivate people all working together toward a common goal. In sports, as a coach, you've got to get the team to make sacrifices. The individual members, you may have a guy in basketball that can score 60 points if you turn him loose. But he can, of course, score 60 points and the team lose because it's a team sport. And just because he can score 60 points doesn't mean the other team can't score 100 points. Together with a number of them scoring well. Sometimes you have to hold back somebody who can score lots and get it shared to where everybody's contributing, so that the team can have success. They can win games. The same is true in business. As a CEO or as a foreman on a construction job, you've got to get the people have in mind where you're wanting to go, the steps that are needed to get there, the sacrifices, the extra effort, the blood, sweat, and tears in certain areas, so that you can move together toward the goal and be successful. It's true in government. It's true in the military. It's true in education. It's true in community organizations, and it's true in the church. So much of success, of being productive and fruitful, hinges on leadership, and particularly the leader's ability to motivate and activate the followers. It just goes without saying that success for the team, whatever that team may be, leans heavily on the leadership. The team tends to rise to the level of the leader's motivation and expectation. Now, when your team is an entire nation that is under heavy attack, that leader, that coach, had better be one incredible motivator. He'd better be able to plant that picture, inspire those people to make sacrifices and work together to see the picture, the vision, the goal become a reality. Well, in this particular situation, this leader was up to the challenge. This nation, in desperate times, was none other than Great Britain, our mother country. It was at the beginning of World War II, when the nation was losing miserably against the assault of Hitler's Nazi Germany. And Great Britain's leader was Prime Minister Sir Winston Churchill. Some have acclaimed him, and I very much admire this guy and want to learn more about his personal life. But certainly he was one of the most inspiring leaders of the 20th century. And he showed it by motivating his nation that many thought had no chance of withstanding the assault they were under. He got them to make sacrifices, to work together, and they won an unwinnable victory. One writer describes it this way: In those early days of the war, Churchill desperately needed the cooperation of the leaders of Britain's coal industry. Their extra sacrificial efforts would be critical to keeping the war effort going. The way he did it was masterful. I would say it was genius. Churchill asked those industry and union leaders to picture the parade at the end of the war. You know, most of the time there's an end of a war. There's an end of a major, in business, end of a major project you've been under, a growth plan or whatever. You have a miniature parade, if not an all-out parade. But even in our families, when someone gets a job promotion or a big pay increase or has a child, you have a celebration and it's almost a parade. I mean, I've seen times when almost kids are marching through the house, celebrating whatever has happened. He got them to picture a parade in their minds. And he said, now look and see in this parade, this victory parade, the sailors, the proud British sailors who kept the sea lanes open. And picture in your mind the soldiers right there with them, marching along in this victory parade, who valiantly fought the land war. And picture the airmen who heroically won the battle for the skies. And picture yourselves, the coal miners of Great Britain, whose work made the victory possible. Churchill said, those coal miners will not be in military uniform, but they will have one place in the victory parade. And it worked. They bought into it. They saw the picture. They saw the need. They gave their full support. And they won this mighty battle. I'm captivated by that kind of power, that kind of ability to motivate. I'm captivated by the statement, particularly the second half of his final statement. They will have won, those miners will have won a place in the victory parade. And two words stuck with me, leaped at me: place and parade. I want to comment on those. I want to use those to speak to you.